Hey, Attorney Montgomery here. It was a long day today, so my apologies. I'm now bringing you the weekly immigration updates. We're dealing with immigration clients all day today, so it's been a very long day. And so let's get to it. We've got some news. As we discussed last week, the Supreme Court has limited lower courts' ability to issue nationwide injunctions, leaving some state-specific blocks in place. So, as the challenge continues over birthright citizenship, things are continuing. We talked about the 22 states. Other states can bring their own separate action to protect their citizens. We'll see how it goes. Everything remains in the air, but I did want to bring you guys some good news. So the journalist has been granted bond. An immigration judge in Georgia released Salvadorian journalist Mario Guevara, detained while covering a protest. He remains on bond while his deportation proceedings are moving forward. We are aware that reports reveal the new Trump-era politics, allowing ICE to arrest asylum seekers and other non-citizens immediately after hearings and bypassing protections. We know that. I've been keeping you guys updated on especially immigration courts in Atlanta, and that ICE officers are there. They're waiting for the hearings to conclude. They're waiting for your case to get dismissed, and then they're immediately taking you and expediting deportations. And so we know that that's going on. I've already made you guys aware of that. So that has not changed. DHS and USCIS policy changes. Denaturalization drive. Denaturalization is very, very hard to overcome. I just want you guys to know that. However, we anticipate that the numbers are going to rise more than they ever have as it relates to the Trump administration trying their best to denaturalize naturalized citizens. So we should anticipate those numbers are going to go up. So the DOJ Civil Division has prioritized revoking citizenship for individuals accused of crimes like fraud, terrorism, and violent offenses. We're already aware of the Biden parole program coming to an end. Now, what we do understand is permit removal of migrants to countries other than their origin. We are hearing that that is going to happen. So they're going to try to deport you to any other country if they can't get your country to take you back. So we should anticipate that happening, and that's going to go up. The ICE operation sparked the protests in LA. The National Guard and the federal force were deployed as it relates to assisting law enforcement. Now, we've already talked about TPS for Haitians. However, we've gotten some good news out of New York. Obviously, if the judge could have put in a nationwide injunction, which is what they were trying to do, it would have been able to protect over 500,000 Haitians who currently have TPS status. But of course, the Supreme Court came in and showed us who they really are. With that being said, the New York federal courts block early termination of Haitian TPS. So on today, July 1st, 2025, the U.S. District Judge Brian Cogan, we need to say his name, Judge Brian Cogan in the Eastern District Court of New York issued a ruling in Haitian Evangelical Clergy Association versus Trump, finding that the DHS Secretary, Kristi Noem, acted unlawfully in prematurely shortening the TPS designation for Haiti, which is what we feel all states should do. But we already know how it goes. With that being said, the ruling states that they vacated the partial revocation of TPS, restoring the original protections through February 3rd, 2026. So if you are in New York and you have TPS, you thankfully are indeed protected. And we love to hear that. The judge also held that the secretary must follow the statutory 60-day review and notice process under the Administrative Procedure Act, APA, before terminating TPS. Issued a preliminary injunction keeping TPS protections intact while litigation continues. The decision ensures that approximately 500 Haitian TPS holders can continue living and working legally in the U.S. through February 2026 unless DHS successfully appeals. So now my understanding is that this is a state decision, but it seems that it's still nationwide. Now, I'm not sure how that works because our understanding is that the Supreme Court just stated on Friday that federal judges cannot do sweeping injunctions that will impact other jurisdictions. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go. But we want to thank U.S. District Judge Brian Cogan, who sees the inhumanity of the Trump administration as it relates to Haitian nationals in light of all of the issues going on in Haiti. We pray that it is successful. We pray that it's upheld. We pray that it's able to protect all 500,000 Haitian TPS holders. We pray. So that is the good news. That's why I couldn't wait until tomorrow. I had to come and give this good news tonight. And have a good one, guys. And if you want to continue to get updates, because I provide them weekly and you are new here, please hit the follow button. I'm going to continue to bring the updates. You can go back and look at the other videos to see the other updates that I provided. But we know immigration is changing day to day, week to week in real time. So information from last week is now stale to this week, and that's why I'm going to keep them coming. All right? And if you don't know who I am, I'm Judith Luce Montgomery. I am of Haitian Bahamian American heritage. I know for a lot of people who like to say, why are you helping out the immigrants? I'm an immigrant and I help immigrants. All right. So I practice family and immigration law and have been doing so for the last 13 years in Atlanta Metro. So if you need our services, check the information in my bio. Until next time, bye.